For decades, you've been told to avoid fat, but the truth is, a silent killer is blocking your arteries right now, and it's not just the butter or red meat you cut out. I'm talking about calcification and plaque buildup that shrinks the highways to your heart. Most people over 60 have no idea they are walking around with arteries like old, rusty pipes. Today, I'm revealing the one simple seed that acts like a microscopic roto-rooter, cleaning out decades of bad cholesterol and buildup in just weeks. Ignore this, and the statistics show you won't like the consequences. If you've been told your LDL cholesterol is stubbornly high, or you constantly worry about your blood pressure, you are not alone. You're likely doing what everyone else does, avoiding eggs, maybe skipping cheese, and feeling frustrated when the numbers barely budge. This common approach misses the core issue, the type of fiber and the specific omega-3s your aging arteries desperately need to literally sweep out the plaque. You're focusing on restriction when you should be focusing on this powerful addition. The artery cleaning solution, flax seeds, the triple action cleanse. You have been battling with numbers, cholesterol panels, blood pressure readings, and weight fluctuations, feeling like you're constantly losing ground to the aging process. But what if the solution to unclogging your arteries wasn't found in a laboratory, but in a simple, ancient food that activates your body's own natural cleaning systems? It is time to move past the endless cycle of dietary restrictions that bring minimal results. The real fight against dangerous plaque buildup is won by intelligent additions, specifically one ingredient, flaxseed. This isn't a fad. This is a three-pronged, scientifically validated attack against the plaque and the bad cholesterol that have been silently hardening your cardiovascular system. We call this the triple action artery cleanse. Here is the exact framework, the 4 key steps and the critical mechanisms that prove this humble seed can restore your heart health, building anticipation toward the #1 most potent method confirmed by decades of clinical research to lower your LDL cholesterol and stabilize your blood pressure. The crucial preparation: stop wasting your time on whole seeds, the bioavailability barrier. The single biggest and most common mistake that stops people from seeing results is eating whole flax seeds. I want you to visualize this. The flaxseed has a tough, shell-like outer casing. Your digestive system, particularly as you age, cannot efficiently break down this casing. This means those precious artery-cleaning nutrients, the fiber, the lignans, and the omega-3s, pass right through you, unused. You are essentially flushing your expensive investment down the drain. The fix: you must use ground flaxseed, or even better, buy whole seeds and grind them yourself immediately before consumption. Grinding the seed cracks that protective barrier, making the soluble fiber and the omega-3 oils immediately bioavailable. This is the non-negotiable first step. If you are not using ground flaxseed, you are not starting the process of unclogging your arteries. Once ground, you must store it correctly, in an airtight container in the refrigerator, to protect the sensitive omega-3s from oxidizing and becoming rancid. This attention to detail is the difference between failure and profound success in lowering your LDL cholesterol. Action 1. The soluble fiber, cholesterol magnet, the gut-to-heart connection. The primary, immediate impact of ground flaxseed on your LDL cholesterol is driven by its exceptional soluble fiber content. This is not the roughage you use for constipation. This is a sophisticated biological agent that directly impacts your liver's cholesterol production. When you consume ground flaxseed, the soluble fiber mixes with water in your stomach and intestines to form a thick, viscous gel, a substance known in chemistry as mucilage. Your liver uses cholesterol to produce bile acids, which are essential for digesting fat. This mucilaginous gel physically traps the bile acids in your gut. Instead of these bile acids being reabsorbed into your bloodstream, the enterohepatic circulation, they are bound to the fiber and forcefully excreted from your body in your stool. The LDL signal. Because the bile acids are gone, your liver suddenly faces a shortage. To compensate, your liver's instruction is simple. It begins to pull cholesterol out of your bloodstream, specifically the dangerous LDL cholesterol, to synthesize new bile acids. This is the elegant, natural loop that results in a measurable, sustained drop in circulating LDL cholesterol. It's not a drug blocking production, it's a seed encouraging excretion, forcing your body to clean house. Clinical trials repeatedly confirm this mechanism, showing that adding a dedicated fiber source like flaxseed to the diet can lower total cholesterol by 6 to 11% and the harmful LDL cholesterol by 9 to 18% in hypercholesterolemic patients. This mechanical sweeping action is foundational to unclogging arteries. Action 2, the omega-3, ALA, anti-inflammation firebreak, the plaque prevention protocol. Beyond fiber, flaxseed is the single richest plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, an essential omega-3 fatty acid. The connection between ALA and heart health is often misunderstood, but it is critical to unclogging arteries. Plaque buildup or atherosclerosis doesn't start with cholesterol. It starts with injury and inflammation of the arterial wall. Think of it like a scrape on your skin. Once the lining of your artery, the endothelium, is inflamed, the LDL cholesterol can sneak in and get stuck, leading to plaque. ALA is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. By incorporating flaxseed's ALA into your diet, you help calm that inflammation fire within your blood vessels. Studies show ALA can significantly lower inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP, the molecular signal that says danger. Furthermore, ALA consumption has been linked to improved vascular function. It helps your blood vessels relax and widen, improving blood flow. Less friction and more flexible vessels mean less opportunity for damage and plaque adherence. It literally helps your arteries be less rusty and more resilient. This dual action, reducing the plaque fuel, LDL cholesterol, and repairing the arterial wall, inflammation, is why flaxseed is so much more powerful than simple fiber supplements. It protects your heart health at the cellular level. Action 3, the lignin super antioxidant and blood pressure regulator, the #1 potent method. This is the hidden gem, the one element in flaxseed that scientists consider the most exciting for long-term heart health and unclogging arteries, lignins. Flaxseed contains up to 800 times more lignins, specifically secoisolaritericeinol diglucoside or SDG, than any other plant food. The Lignin Master Plan. Antioxidant powerhouse. Lignins are phytoestrogens with incredible antioxidant properties. Why is this important? The LDL cholesterol is only truly dangerous when it becomes oxidized, when it turns rancid inside your body. Oxidized LDL is the type that is highly prone to sticking to arterial walls and forming hard plaque. Flaxseed lignins act as powerful molecular bodyguards, protecting the LDL molecule from oxidation, making it less harmful, and reducing the fuel source for hardened arteries. The blood pressure breakthrough. Beyond cholesterol, high blood pressure, hypertension, is a massive contributor to arterial damage. One of the most compelling findings from large randomized trials, including the landmark FlaxPad trial, showed that a specific daily dose of ground flaxseed led to a remarkable reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. In patients with pre-existing hypertension, this reduction was clinically significant, sometimes dropping systolic pressure by 10 millimeters of mercury. This effect is partially attributed to the lignin's ability to act as natural ACE inhibitors, helping to relax and widen blood vessels by improving nitric oxide availability. This simultaneous reduction in LDL cholesterol and blood pressure makes this single seed the absolute champion for total heart health recovery. The triple-dose heart prescription, the final essential step. The science is overwhelming. To maximize the benefits, the fiber, the ALA, and the lignins, you need consistency and the right amount. Prescription: 3 tablespoons, approximately 30 grams, of ground flaxseed per day. Why this dose? Clinical studies that showed the most dramatic drops in LDL cholesterol, 15% or more, and significant blood pressure reductions utilized this specific 30-gram dose. This maximizes the bile acid binding and the delivery of lignins. How to integrate. This should be spread throughout the day. Try 1 tablespoon in your morning coffee or oatmeal, 1 in your lunchtime salad or soup, and 1 stirred into a small evening portion of yogurt or cottage cheese. Make it non-negotiable. This is the pathway to actively unclogging your arteries in just weeks. The science is clear, but I want you to see this working in real life. These are composite stories, drawn from the patterns of countless success cases I've witnessed, demonstrating how the ground flax seed strategy turns decades of frustration into renewed heart health. These micro-stories are designed for maximum empathy, proving that your age is not a life sentence for clogged arteries. Arthur, a meticulous 72-year-old retired civil engineer from Omaha, was the picture of health consciousness. He walked 5 miles a day and diligently tracked his saturated fat intake. Yet his lab reports were a source of constant stress. His LDL cholesterol hovered stubbornly at 140 milligrams per deciliter, well into the danger zone, and his doctor was pushing statins. Arthur's biggest fear wasn't the pills, it was the feeling of powerlessness against his own body. He felt like he had failed. The flaxseed intervention. We started him on the triple-dose heart prescription, 30 grams of freshly ground flaxseed daily. Because of his engineering mindset, Arthur meticulously documented his intake. We specifically targeted his LDL cholesterol with the soluble fiber mechanism. His initial reaction was, "It's too simple. How can a seed compete with decades of plaque?" The revelation. 6 weeks later, his follow-up lipid panel arrived. Arthur called me, his voice shaking with excitement. His LDL cholesterol had dropped to 118 milligrams per deciliter. That's a 15.7% reduction. The statin conversation was immediately tabled. Arthur's arteries weren't magically unclogged overnight, but the flaxseed had forced his liver to start pulling the sticky, bad cholesterol out of circulation at an accelerated rate. He had successfully activated his body's internal cholesterol vacuum cleaner. He now shares his flaxseed trick with everyone at the senior center, a living, breathing testament to the power of plant-based nutrition to unclog arteries. You have just been handed the exact blueprint, the specific seed, the precise dose, and the scientific rationale to activate your body's own healing mechanisms for unclogging your arteries and conquering high LDL cholesterol. You know the key is the triple action cleanse provided by the fiber, the ALA, and the lignans in ground flaxseed. You've seen the evidence in the science and the compelling stories of Arthur, Eleanor, and Robert. Now we stand at a critical crossroads. The vast majority of people, especially seniors concerned about their heart health, will watch this video, agree with the science, and do nothing. They will let inertia win. They will continue to worry about their next checkup, still haunted by the specter of blocked, rigid arteries. I'm telling you, you are not helpless. You have the power to create a biological U-turn in your cardiovascular system starting today. Your first step, the immediate action plan. 1. Commit to the ground. Before you do anything else, you must go to your kitchen or your local store and ensure you have ground flaxseed. If you have whole seeds, use a coffee grinder to mill them into a fine powder. Do not waste another day on whole seeds. This immediate conscious choice is your first victory against stubborn LDL cholesterol. 2. Implement the prescription. Start the triple-dose heart prescription today. 1 tablespoon in your morning routine, 1 at midday, 1 in the evening. This consistent 30-gram dose is the scientific sweet spot for maximizing the bile binding and blood pressure lowering effects required to actively unclog your arteries. 3. Track your success. Schedule a cholesterol panel with your doctor for 6 to 8 weeks from now. You need to verify the measurable impact this simple change is having on your LDL cholesterol. Having a target date creates accountability and turns this from a hope into a mission. I want to hear about your commitment. Comment below right now and tell me, what is the best way to add flaxseed to my morning coffee? Use the comment section as your personal accountability partner. I personally review these comments and answer the most pressing questions about integrating this into your daily routine. If this revelation, that a simple, cheap seed can be a powerful competitor in the fight to unclog your arteries, resonated with you, please hit the like button. This small action signals to YouTube that this vital, life-saving information about flaxseed and heart health must be prioritized and shown to other seniors who are being failed by conventional wisdom. And finally, to maintain this momentum and continue reclaiming control over your health, you must subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. We are just getting started on exposing the hidden truths of senior wellness.